Hi, my name is Sudha Krishnan, and I teach in the Cupertino Union School District in Northern California. I'm a special educator, teach a class, a special day class with students with moderate and severe disabilities. I started off teaching a classroom with students with autism and now have moved on to teaching students with various other disabilities too. How did I get into this field? When I look back on my life, I began as an economist, and I really wanted to. My dream was to work as an economist in the World Bank, and that is how I started. And I was a utility planner in the Palo Alto electric utility system, and held several other jobs. And then something happened that really changed my life and my career. I had a son who was diagnosed with autism when he was 2 years old, and I was determined at that time, after of course the initial shock and the grieving over having a son with a disability, I was determined to somehow teach him, and in those days cure him, which was the fad. And so I trained myself in ABA, which was very popular at that time, the Applied Behavior Analysis. I read every book that I could on autism, and I attended every conference I could to learn more about the new treatments and the new medications for autism, and any other material that I could lay my hands on. And I would talk to the school district about all these new treatments and educational interventions that I had read about. And the one day in one of the meetings where I had actually I had a lawyer's notice and was threatening to sue the school district over my son's placement. The school district said, you know so much about autism and special education, why don't you just become a teacher in our school district? And I said, well, that I have never given thought to that, but now that you've said it, I may as well do that. And the next thing I did was to contact San Jose State University and start my credential program. And sure enough, the school district hired me on an emergency credential, and I worked through my credential program in the school district. And I've been with that school district ever since. Now it's been about 19 years, and loved every minute of it. It is not only the fact that my son had autism that kept me in special education, but the fact that when I walked into the classroom with all the students, I found that job and that experience to be the most rewarding experience ever. It paled beside the other, the boring stuff that I did, the paperwork and the economics that I worked on. I found that just being with the students, teaching them, and the joy of them learning seemed to provide me with the juice to go on with my life. And that is why even today I love being in the classroom. I'm most comfortable when I'm in a classroom teaching students. And every day I learn something new from the students. It's not that I've only taught them. I have learned from the parents. I've learned from the students. My students have taught me how to be patient. They have developed my personality as a teacher over the years, and I give credit to that. I give a lot of credit to my students for doing that, because they have taught me to be patient. They have taught me to be funny. They have taught me to be engaging. They have taught me how to empathize with their condition and not just judge them on behavior alone, but how to work with them, how to feel for them when they are not having a good day. And that, I think, when I show the same empathy in my family and my friends, and they have noticed the change in me over the years. So that is my story.